Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're diving into something that's fascinated people forever, really. Ancient civilizations and maybe their tech, but not the way we usually think about it.
Yeah.
Like, not spaceships and laser beams, but something else.
Right.
So we're looking at the idea that these ancient cultures weren't just builders, but maybe they knew how to use energy and information in a way that was so big, so connected to the planet itself,
Yeah.
that we've totally missed it because we're looking at it all wrong.
It's a cool idea, right? I mean, this isn't about finding like microchips in some old temple. The stuff we've been looking at says we might need to totally rethink what technology even means.
Okay, so then what does that even mean? Like, how do we even start to think about technology that's so different from what we know?
So the source material uses this analogy, see, comparing pyramids and these big megaliths to computer parts like motherboards.
Okay.
Like imagine instead of tiny electronics, they got the same or even bigger results by working with like natural materials and energy on a huge scale. It'd be like macro technology.
So instead of silicon chips, they used, what, the Earth's magnetic field?
Uh-huh.
Or like line things up with the
Yeah,
stars?
exactly. They might have used pyramids to collect energy, focus it, maybe even use the Earth's magnetism. Like imagine whole landscapes designed to vibrate at certain frequencies, affecting everything, how plants grow, even the weather.
Whoa. That's wild. It's like we're stuck thinking small, right? Smaller transistors, more data on tiny devices, and we miss the idea that maybe they thought big, working with nature in a way we can't even grasp. It's like we're going from the microchip to the mountain, right? Like from transistors to like tectonic plates. But if these ancient cultures really did have this macro tech, what were they even using it for?
That's where it gets really interesting. The source material hints that maybe they understood energy and how it connects to consciousness way better than we do.
Okay.
Like we've been talking about pyramids maybe being power sources, but what if they were more like this is giant antennas sending and receiving info on a huge scale, like across the cosmos?
Well, okay, now we're getting into some seriously mind-bending stuff. We're talking aliens here or something even bigger.
The source material goes even further. It even suggests that they might have been tapping into like the foundation of reality itself. There's this idea out there, the holographic universe theory,
Right?
which says that what we think is solid, real, might just be a projection, a 3D image, but the information's on a 2D surface.
Wait, a projection? Like a hologram? Are you saying our whole universe might be one giant hologram?
It's a wild thought, right? The source material makes this really cool comparison. Like, think about a hologram. It looks 3D even though the information's on a flat surface.
Right.
This theory is saying that maybe the info for our reality is encoded somewhere far away on a 2D surface, and we're experiencing its projection.
Okay, so then where do ancient civilizations fit into all of this?
What if their understanding of this macro tech let them mess with this holographic projection to actually interact with the code of reality in ways we can barely imagine? Like the source material talks about Stonehenge, the Nazca lines, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe those were points where our reality connects to this underlying field of information.
So they weren't just building cool monuments, they were actually shaping the reality we experience.
Yeah.
So then we're talking about the actual ground we walk on, the places we visit. Like, those could be leftovers from a technology that shaped reality itself. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But if it's true, if reality is more, I don't know, flexible than we think, what does that even mean for us?
Well, that's something the source material digs into, actually, with some really weird stories, first-hand accounts of people experiencing what they call glitches in reality.
Glitches, like the universe freezes and restarts, or we all become like video game characters for a second.
Haha, not quite that dramatic, but still kind of creepy.
Wow.
Like there's this one story about someone walking through a room they know, and suddenly the walls are like warping, the colors change, and they feel like time's all messed up, speeding up, slowing down.
Okay, yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah, and it's like, for a second, what we think is real, it kind of breaks down, and you see what's underneath.
Wow. So is there like a reason these glitches happen? Is it random, or is there something more to it?
Well, that's where the idea of collective consciousness comes in. What if our beliefs, what we expect, even our fears, actually affect how stable this reality is, this hologram we've been talking about?
So if enough people start questioning things, the whole system could crash, like some kind of cosmic system overload.
It's a fascinating thought, right? And the source material suggests that maybe the ancient civilizations, the ones who supposedly mastered this macro tech, maybe they were held back by their own collective consciousness. Like they hit a wall because they weren't willing to accept new ideas, to push the boundaries of what they thought was possible.
So it wasn't just about the tech, it was their mindset, how open they were to new possibilities.
Exactly. And that's the big takeaway here. If we want to understand more, if we want to see what reality is really capable of, it might take more than just better tech, you know? It might take a collective shift in our thinking, a willingness to question everything, to be open to the unknown, even if it challenges what we believe at our core.
It's like we need to step outside the simulation, not literally, but in our minds, to really consider that there might be so much more to reality than we can grasp right now.
And maybe, just like those ancient cultures, we have the ability to shape reality, not just with tools, but with our thoughts, our beliefs, even our imagination.
Wow, that's a powerful thought to end on. So as we wrap up this deep dive into ancient mysteries and what reality even is, we'll leave you with this. What if the key to the universe isn't out there in space, but inside us, in the potential of our own minds? Keep questioning, keep exploring, and who knows what we might discover together.